Hello everyone, and now I will presentation about computer history. The computer history began with a primitive design in the early 19th century, then changed the world during the 20th century. Computer history back is over 2 years old and initially theorized by mathematicians and businessmen. When 19th century, mechanics designed and built to solve less complex challenges. Advances in computer technology were more complex at the beginning of the 20th century, and they became language. Computer became language as well as more powerful. Nowadays, computers are clearly recognizable by 19th century design, such as the Charles Babbage, or even of the great 20th century computers that occupy entry room, such as electronic numerical interrogator and calculators. And here is a brief history of the computer from the origin of primitive that is a rapidly growing modern engine, such as game and multimedia streaming. And 19th century, Joseph Marie Jacquard is a French merchant and inventor creating weaving that uses a wooden cart that is beaten for weaving design of the fabric automatically. The initial computer uses the same push cart. There is Lovelace, an English mathematician and doctor of the Lord Brian Poet, wrote the world first computer program. According to Anna Seyfert, an integral mathematical professor at Munich University in Germany, Lovelace wrote the first program when translating a paper on Babbage's analysis engine from French to English. He also gave his own comment on the text. Annotation just called note. It turned out to be the Times the actual transcript. Lovelace also added a description of the step to the binary figure of calculation with a Babbage machine, basically an algorithm, which in the end making in the world first computer programmer. Binary numbers are the order of the rational figures that are often used in the calculation. That's all my presentation and thank you.
1853, Swedish inventor George Schultz and his son Edvard designed the world's first printing calculator. The machine is significant for being the first to compute tabular difference and print the results. According to UTC Merzbach's book, George Schultz and the first printing calculator. Smithsonian Institution Press, 1977. 1890. Herman Hollerith designed a push card system to help calculate the 1890 U.S. Census. The machine saved the government several years' calculation, and the U.S. taxpayer approximately $5 million. According to Columbia University, Hollerith later establishes a company that will eventually become International Business Machines Corporation (IBM). Early 20th century, 1931, at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology (MIT), Vannevar Bush invents and builds the differential analyzer, the first large-scale automated general-purpose mechanical analog computer, according to Stanford University. 1936, Alan Turing, a British scientist and mathematician, presented the principle of a universal machine, later called the Turing machine, in a paper called On Computable Numbers. According to Chris Bernhardt's book, Turing is Vision. The MIT Press, 2017. Turing machines are capable of computing anything that is computable. The central concept of the modern computer is based on his ideas. Turing is later involved in the development of Turing-Willmann bomb, an electromechanical device designed to decipher Nazi codes during World War II, according to the UK's National Museum of Computing. 1937, John Vincent Atanasoff, a professor of physics and mathematics at Iowa State University, submits a grant proposal to build the first electronic-only computer without using gears, combs, belts, or shafts.
1939, David Packard and Bill Hewlett founded the Hewlett-Packard Company in Palo Alto, California. The pair decided on the name of their new company with the toss of a coin, and Hewlett-Packard's first headquarters was in Packard's garage. 1941, German inventor and engineer Congress just completed his G3 engine, the world's earliest digital computer. The machine was destroyed during a bomb attack on Berlin during World War II. Jews fled the German capital after the defeat of Nazi Germany and went on to release the world's first commercial digital computer, the Z4, in 1915, according to a legend. 1941, Atanasoff and his graduate student, Clifford Berry, designed the first digital electronic computer in the use, called the Atanasoff-Berry computer (ABC). This marked the first time a computer was able to store information on its main memory, and was able to perform one operation every 15 seconds. 1945, the two professors at the University of Pennsylvania, John Mauchly and J. Presper Ecker, designed and manufactured the electronic numerical integrator and calculator (ENIAC) machine were the first automatic, general-purpose, electronic decimal digital computer, according to Edwin D. Reilly's book A Milestone in Computer Science and Information Technology, Greenwood Press, 2003.
Hello everyone, I'm Sonia Ewnikalaulu. I will bring a material about the invention of the first computer. In 1946, Moseley and Presper left the University of Pennsylvania and received funding from the Census Bureau to build the UNIFAC, the first commercial computer for business and government application. At the end of the 20th century, in the year 1953, the first computer language was successfully developed by a woman named Grace Hopper. Hopper was later dubbed the First Lady of Software. So much from me, thank you.
History of computer. The first computer mouse was invented in 1963 by Drs. C. Engelbart and presented at the Joint Computer Conference in 1968. Ken Thompson, Dennis Rivkart, and a group of other developers at Bell Labs produced Unix, an operating system that made large-scale networking of the first communicating system and the Internet practical according to Bell Labs. Open in programming language, they also optimized. The newly formed Intel unveils the Intel 1903, the first dynamic access memory RAM chip. A team of IBM engineers led by Alan Sugars invents the floppy disk, enabling data to be shared among diverse computers. Labs Beer, Eigerman America Egner released Magnavox Odyssey, the world's first home game console, in September 1972. According to the Computer Museum of America, opens in New Tab months later. Entrepreneur Nolan Bushnell and Agnel Akron with Ether Rails spawned the world's first commercial successful video game. Robert Metcalf, a member of the research staff for Xerox, develops Internet for connecting multiple computers and other hardware. The Commodore Personal Electric Transcaster (PET) is released on the home computer market, offering a mouse technology, 8-bit microprocessor which controls the screen, keyboard, and PC player. The magazine cover of the January issue of Popular Electronics highlights the Altair as the world's first mini-computer kit to rival commercial models. After saying the magazine issue, two computer geeks, Paul Allen and Bill Gates, offered to new basic language. April 4 after the success of the first endeavor, the two killed old friends from the Tier 1 software company Microsoft. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak found Apple computer on April Fool's Day. The unveiled Apple A, the first computer with a single circuit board.
Thank you, Manda Ramadhani, for giving me the opportunity to read my part. The Apple I computer designed by Stephen Wozniak, Steve Jobs, and Ron Wayne is the basic circuit board head enthusiast will add screen and keyboard assemblies. 1977, Radio Shack began production of the initial 30,000 TRS-80 Model 1. 1977, the first West Coast Computer Fair is held in San Francisco. Jobs and Wozniak present the Apple II computer at Fair, which includes colorful graphics and feature audio cassette drive for storage. 1978, Physical, the first computerized spreadsheet program introduced. 1979, Micropro internationally founded by software engineer Seymour Rubinstein released WorldStar, the world's first commercial successful processor. Then I will give it to Fahmi Ahmad.
1983. The APLISA standing for Local Integrated Software Architecture, but also the name of Steve Jobs' daughter. according to the National Museum of American History (NMAH), is the first personal computer to feature a GUI. The machine also includes a drop-down menu and icon. Also this year, the Gavilan SC is released and is the first portable computer with a flip phone design and the very first to be sold as a laptop. 1984, the Apple Macintosh is announced to the world during a Super Bowl advertisement. The Macintosh is launched with a retail price of $2,500 according to the NMAH. 1993, the Pentium microprocessor advanced the use of graphics and music on PC. 1996, Sergey Brin and Larry Page developed the Google search engine at Stanford University. 1997, Microsoft invests $115 million in Apple, which at the time is struggling financially. The investment ends an ongoing court case in which Apple accused Microsoft of copying its operating system. 1999, Wi-Fi, the abbreviated term for wireless fidelity, is developed initially conferring a distance of up to 3,300 feet, 91 meters.
Thank you, Fahmi, for the opportunity that has been given. Well, next I will tell you the evolution of computers in 21st century. So, in 2001, Mac OS X, later renamed OS X, then simply Mac OS, is released by Apple as the successor to its standard Mac operating system. Later, in 2003, AMD's Athlon 64, the first 64-bit processor for personal computers, is released to customers. In 2004, the Mozilla Corporation launched Mozilla Firefox 1.0. The web browser is one of the first major challenges to Internet Explorer, owned by Microsoft. According to the Web Design Museum, during the first 5 years, Firefox exceeded 1 billion downloads by users. Then in 2006, the MacBook Pro from Apple hits the shelves. The Pro is the company's first Intel-based dual-core mobile computer. In 2009, Microsoft launches Windows 7 on July 22. The new operating system features the ability to point applications to the taskbar, scatter windows away by shaking another window. Then, what happened in 2010? The iPad, Apple's flagship handheld tablet, is unveiled. Shortly thereafter, in 2011, Google released the Chromebook, which runs on Google Chrome OS. A few years later, in 2015, Apple released the Apple Watch and Microsoft released Windows 10. In 2016, the first reprogrammable quantum computer was created. Finally, in 2017, the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, DARPA, is developing a new molecular informatics programs that use molecule as computer. Millions of molecules exist, and each molecule has unique three-dimensional atomic structure as well as variables such as shape, size, or even color. This richness provides a vast design space for exploring novel and multi-value ways to encode and process data beyond the zeros and ones of current logic-based digital architectures. I, as a representative of the group, apologize if there were many mistakes in what we said. For attention, thank you.